Hey, what's going on, you guys? This is your girl, Karmel, but for those that can't pronounce my name, you can call me Q-Qua or either Queen. I am your founder, CEO, creator, and most importantly, your host of Pillow Talk with the Tea podcast. Tonight, we are here with another amazing and another incredible Spill the Tea, Sip the Tea, Pillow Talk episode. Yes. And not only that, I have a beautiful queen in the building that decided to join me on this amazing episode. Tell them about yourself, Miss Tamara, and I hope I'm saying it right. I don't know if it's Tamara or Tamara.
It's Tamara.
See?
I answered it either one.
Okay. See, I like. See, that's easy. Like Tamara man.
Right. There you go. Without the L. What? Well, I am Tamara, a.k.a. Tam. You can call me Tam for short. I am a host of a podcast, and I'm excited to be here. Like, I'm super stoked to be here.
And I'm excited to have you. I appreciate you accepting the invitation so we can have some amazing queens talk and spilling some tea and just, lighten up this episode with all this beauty. And so, of course, tonight's episode is that I know last week I had an episode where I did talk a little bit into poly versus monogamy.
Okay.
I don't know what I was thinking on that, but excuse me, folks. But yeah, poly versus monogamy, and I just wanted to bring it back in regards to making sure just having a female's opinion, not just only mine, but just having a perspective of female opinion about the topic in this topic of discussion. So basically, when you hear poly versus monogamy, what comes to your mind? What comes to your thought in regards to it?
So when I think of monogamous, like just being with, of course, that one person, that is what everyone expects you to do. Like live the life where it's just the man and the woman and you have kids and you get married and you're just happily ever after. When I think of poly, I think of the openness, right? To be able to explore just what it is that you're into without it being just one person, because sometimes I feel like when you're with just the one person, not everything that you need out of that relationship with that person, that one person you're receiving. So with a poly, I feel like you're able to get all your needs met, without I guess stressing out the one person that you're with.
Now, in my opinion, and I want to see maybe your thought maybe matches mine, I think poly relationships is more better in advance and more no secrets, no hidden agendas, communication, open out on the table than monogamy relationship. I feel like when I was in monogamous relationships, I feel like I don't think I was able to be as free as I am now in my poly relationship.
Right.
I feel like there was either you had to try to mold yourself to fit that person, should not be 1000% of who you true authentically are. I also felt like it was some hidden shit, like everything wasn't on the table. There was secrets. The communication was either lacking. And even if a person say, I'm a communicator, but then you don't communicate, how can you call yourself a communicator?
That part, yes, that part.
So have you received the same experience with, your monogamous relationship in regards to, especially when the standards and the advancement shit that I'm gonna say when it comes to poly versus monogamy?
Yes, so that's the thing. Everything that you said was like hitting the head on the nail. It's like I was in the monogamous relationship and there was secrecy, it was like I feel there were certain things that I couldn't express as far as my desires and my needs fully, and then in the poly, it's like everything's open. Like I don't have to sneak. I don't have to lie about who I'm speaking to or who I'm seeing, and vice versa. Like I want my person to be able to be completely honest about everything that you want, and I wasn't getting that in a monogamous relationship. I was getting like, oh, well, I'm a tiptoe around, like, oh, what will you think? Or how would you feel about it? And I'm like, No, like, let's be open. And I do, I get more, communication when I'm dealing with more than one person, because we can sit down and we can discuss everything. And it's like, okay, no judgment. This is how you feel. This is how I feel. This is what I need. This is what you need. This is what I want. This is what you want, And like, we're open to that. And then if it's not for you, okay, let's discuss it. Like, why isn't this particular situation not going to work for you? But I don't want to go into relationships now where, like, I can't fully be me.
Exactly.
That's the issue. Like, I can't me completely, and I love the option.
Yeah, I do. And it's like me, especially me being in this type of relationship, it actually spoiling me to the fact is that I don't believe I would never really go back into being monogamous, because like you said, and like I even said, with the fact that you are able and allowed with the freedom of you being you, unapologetic, transparent, boisterous, communication, no secrets, transparency, everything that's laid out on the table, and they accepting you with your flaws and alls, and you had your bad day, they still love you. You had your good day, they still be your biggest cheerleader. And I love it, because that's something that you will want from one individual, but unfortunately it doesn't work that way. So that's why I tell people, create things and environments and spaces that fit for you. And this is why I tell people, I never judge anybody, because whatever works for you, because what works for the geese may not work for Leander. So, and then on top of that, it's like, I don't know. It's just like you said, like, just the secrecy, and just the thing of it was like, you even feel, even if they didn't say, you felt like everything. And or even like you said, my thing was, it was like 1 foot in, 1 foot out. What is we doing here? We're out for this shit.
Right. Exactly.
Like,
right.
And I was in a situation where I had to give an ultimatum to someone and say, listen, I understand that this is something new to you, and my love to you was different than you probably never experienced before, or blah, blah, blah. But my thing is, I need you to make up your mind. If you can't, how about this? We gonna break up, and we gonna end right here. You do you, I do me. And whenever you're ready to be true monogamous in a not monogamous relationship, and be out loud and out front, and not be running in and out the door, or got 1 foot in and 1 foot out, then you call me, you holler at me. Let me say, girl, it was a week and a half, nigga called me, was like, yeah, I don't know, like, yeah, are you too good to give up? It ain't nothing out here. I'm not doing it. I don't know what I was thinking about. You just need to I just need to ask you just to be patient with me. And that was no problem, which I have no problem doing. But to do what you was doing, it was just crazy to me.
And see, what I have is, okay, we're monogamous, right? It's just the two of us. But if it's just the two of us and you're not interested in adding another person, then why step out and cheat? Because technically that's what you're doing. So you don't have to, and I always said it, past relationship, you don't have to cheat. You know what I mean? That's part of, communication, right? If this is what you're into. So why step out and have the secrecy, right, when you don't have to? So it's like, I've been in these relationships, and I'm in the relationship more so to make other people happy. You know what I mean? Like, I'm moving to make everyone else comfortable. I'm not doing that anymore. Yeah. So it's like, either you're going to know everything about what I'm into up front, you're going to be with me, or you're not. But I'm not going to be in a monogamous relationship, but you still out, stepping out and having the fun. But I'm the one that's supposed to be just to you. You know what I mean? Like,
And see what you just said there. This is what I be saying too. I be like, because even when people either hear me say it, because to me it's like breezy, easy, like Sunday morning when I'm like, yeah, I have 2 partners, and then I just keep going on with my statement, and then people were like, hold up, wait, did you just say you got 2 partners?
Right. Right.
But I just keep going, because they be like, okay, here we go. Then why just stop me? Because they caught it. God, well,
the judgment.
But you know what? I'm glad. But see, you say the judgment. I don't get the judgment. I get people want to be educated.
See, I get the judgment. And
Ew, really?
oh my goodness, yes. And the first thing they want to throw at me is the Bible. I
Oh,
probably
yeah, did that enough. Don't do no Bible to me because I'm going to throw it right back at your ass and say, you probably don't even know it from cover to cover.
right. And I'm like, why is it, like everything with me is a judgment. Everything that I do. I mean, I've been in a heterosexual relationship, married. I was in a homosexual relationship, married. And okay, so I tried it this way, didn't work. I did this because this is what you wanted, didn't work. I tried it this way, didn't work. And then we involved people. So I'm like, okay, we pretty much were doing poly, right? And it's like, that's a problem. I'm single, it's a problem. I'm like, listen, everything that I do is an issue for you. And I'm like, no, not anymore. So now this is what I want. Poly. Either you're not. But it's always a judgment. Always.
Wow. Because it's so funny because one, I tell people when I do end up mentioning, I end up and they stop me, and as I go deep into the conversation, I say a lot of y'all are in poly relationships. Y'all just don't know. Y'all just don't know the other chick or the other dude, which is called the side nigga or the side chick. So, you just don't know because they never mention them or whatever. I say, but the thing is, I tell people, because then do you hear this? Well, it seemed like poly is starting to be the trend. And I said, wait a minute. It's not a trend. It's not a fashion statement. I said, first of all, poly been a lifestyle for many, many years. The thing is, it's starting to be open to discussion and to be open to be able to talk about. And we are now able to actually no longer hide our love for two people because, we don't give a fuck about the judgment anymore. We don't care about the criticism. We don't care about you talking about, oh, that's not for me. Cool. What's for me is for me. And what's for you is you. That's why we're two different people. We don't care about the fact, oh, I wouldn't do that. Oh, I can't do that. We don't care about the Bible or what the Bible may say. Cool. We understand that. The Bible say this, but at the same time, a lot of people in that Bible sinned, which for some reason, people seem to forget that it was a lot of sinners in the Bible.
Right.
And so, and I tell them, I say, listen, let's not make it seem like, poly is a new thing that everybody's starting to do, because poly was something, a life that a lot of people was living for many years, is the fact that they kept it under wraps because they didn't want the negativity and had to deal with it. So they was protecting their peace, protecting their energy, protecting their emotions, and then they had to feel like they needed to explain shit to nobody. That's what they was doing. So now, since it's now reality show on TV, now people are starting to talk about it more, and people are we're now not giving a fuck. Now you want to hear about it.
Yep. Loudly.
Proudly. Proudly. And I even told somebody before, I said, I have never been as free or as myself or unapologetically, authentically, a free person as myself than I ever been before. I never been loved by two people, or even just one, the way I have. These people these men matches my peace. They match my energy. They match my sex level, because for some reason people don't understand you got to be compatible in that department. You can't be here and have somebody here. You got to either be here or the person got to be higher. And that's where the bump in the bedroom actually falls short. And I say they match the fact that I protect my energy, and they do. And I say we are not like we're high school kids, 20, 30 years old, and we're playing. I say we are all entrepreneurs, business people, businessmen, businesswomen, and we're doing our damn thing. I say, but one thing I do love about them is the fact that they allow me to be me as I allow them to be them. And I say that we respect each other's individuality, which means that we believe in me time. I want them to have a me time. I want them to be able to miss them. I don't want them to be over under my neck and under my arm like that, because I'm gonna get hot.
Yes.
Right. I'm gonna get irritated. Right. And then two, I'm gonna back up. Right.
Yeah, and it's important to have that, miss me. I want you to miss me. I do need that space, but I do want to miss. Listen, I'm a Gemini. I get bored quick. So I don't need y'all to I got to have that moment to like, regroup and get my mind together. Like I can't have that constantly. But I want to miss you. You know what I'm saying? I want to miss both of you. Hey. Yeah. Let me miss both of you.
Exactly. And which is a beautiful thing to actually say when you end up coming back together or you end up talking to each other, you got new information, new things that you experienced that you can now share. And then you also will hear the words that you want to hear is, hey babe, I miss you so much. Stuff like that. Can't wait to see you. You know what I'm saying? If you see that person all the time around, you ain't getting that.
Right.
And if you do get it, it ain't real.
Right. It's like, yeah, I miss you, but can you go and do something else?
Exactly. I just seen you like yesterday, or I just seen you like couple hours ago.
Right. Like, yeah, I want to miss you all the time. Like, I do need my space. That's important. I think it is important that you have your space still. But yeah, woo, I shall miss it though, because I am single. I'm
Really?
Yeah, my last one, yeah, no.
I wouldn't know. He's saying I can spotlight. No.
No. So yeah,
So what determined that you decided that you wanted to now be poly and live a poly lifestyle?
Well, because I was, like I said, I was in a homosexual relationship. I was married for 7 years, and we did invite, people in. And so the last person that, we involved ourselves with, ended up being a relationship situation. It was like, okay, he's with me, he's with you, he's with us,
Yeah.
And so it worked for me. Like, I loved it.
Yes.
And it was like, after all the fun that we did have in involvement with, other people, this particular person was just, I don't know what it was for her that made her like lose it. Like, literally, it was like, she want to X me out. She wants just her, the two of them. It just got really weird.
The dynamic started to change.
Yeah. And then, I got kids out of it.
Oh, gosh.
Which kind of, look, I'm telling the tea. Which was one of the main reasons for it. Like, okay, well, we can do this, we're going to do this. But the reality set in that, oh my gosh, she's really pregnant. Oh my gosh. And it's like, she's pregnant by the man that I fell in love with, that I want to be with. And he doesn't now want to be involved with her. He just want me. So it was like a big, like, it was just, I don't know. And so like, but after that, because I was so open to it and I loved how I felt the openness, like you were saying, just the freedom to be able, I could sit and have conversation with both of them about everything. There was no, like, I'm sneaking to talk to him. I'm sneaking, of course I'm married to her, but, I'm not sneaking, and I felt comfortable with that. So after that, I was like, you know what? I'm ready for this pop. I need this. Like, this is what I've been missing. You know what I mean? Like, it was good with just the one-on-one, but I felt like I didn't feel complete. I didn't feel like, again, all my needs were being met, and I don't know, it's just perfect for me. So I'm like, that's where I'm at now. I don't need the one-on-one. Like, I need options.
Yeah, and I get it. I get it, because even like with me, I get something different from both of them, and they both bring different things, to me into the relationship. And then I also, because I get questions, is who you love more, who is better than the other, and I'm like, what right. We gonna ask this question?
Ooh.
Right. And then it's like, I get, well, like, so what if you want to get married? And say 9 times 10, if anything, I'll probably marry both of them, or, It's no, for some reason, it's like, for some reason, when people be asking questions, it's like they trying to find a trip up, like, to see, is like, yes, that's not going to last that long. It's like they try to find something. And it's like, it's nothing to find, because whatever you saying, I have an answer to, and that's something we communicate or we discuss or we talked about. So the fact is that, girl, I'm happy and you not, so stop it.
Right.
Memphis, just join the poly community. Come on, find you chill and be happy.
Right, that part. Like, I could be happy, but I would.
But I also, do you get this sometimes where some people say, well, where can we find you guys at?
Yeah, no, I haven't heard that one. I haven't, like, we have a whole community, like, this is where we live. This is where we all congregate, right? No, I haven't heard that one. That's a good one.
Yeah, I got.
Really? You got that? That's
Twice. Because it's either somebody was either discussing and saying, hey, I want to try it. So, or either somebody was like, so where do we find you guys? Like, is there a bar? Is there a club? Is there a area, a place? I say, listen, it's not we in a circle somewhere and we got our village and whole block. It's just the fact that when you meet somebody, and if you decide to choose this lifestyle to be poly, you have to be open with that person and don't take that option from them. And just explain it to them, because a lot of people automatically think like it's all about sex.
right. And that part. And that's what I was trying to explain too. Like, oh my gosh, like, I have my background noise. I'm sorry.
It's all good, but babies.
Oh my gosh. So, like, I get that too. Like, I forgot what I was about to say. I just lost my train of thought that quick.
About this, they basically think it's just all about sex.
Oh my gosh, because I can hear them yelling. Sorry. Yeah, like, that's what I was told. Like, okay, you only want to do, it's just an excuse to cheat. It's just an excuse to, like, that. It's just circled around sex. No, like, it's so much for me other than sex. Like, I am the type of person, like, I love hands-on. I love the quality time. I love the, and I understand that my person may be busy, right? They may be busy with work, family situation. And I completely understand that. I want to be on the top 5 though, T-Mobile top 5, babe. Like, I got to be on the top 5. However, if I am 5 and you don't have that time for me, I want to be able to say, all right, Tom, I understand you do your business. I'm Sue, because Sue got time to listen to my ventings right now. I need that mental stimulation. I need to be held. I just need to feel important for a moment. So when you come back from your job, dealing with your family issues or whatever you got going on, then I can fill you in, and then I can get more, mental stimulation and be held some more by you, my main person.
Yeah.
But I don't want to say I'm needy, but I'm needy.
I get you. Because I definitely believe that quality time is definitely, there's the quality time and physical touch. Those are my top 2 love languages. See, I do reconnect. And I sometimes have to remind my second partner where it's like, I had said this to her one time early on in our relationship. I say, listen, because I have such and such, please don't think that I don't need or that I don't want you. I said, because you may think that you could go off on your business trips and go off doing your thing to get the conventions and stuff and for your business. But you'll sit there like, I could do this because she have such and such.
Right.
And I told him I had to make sure, because he never said it, but I just wanted to make sure if it was something in his mind, I just wanted to dead that shit quick, like
real quick. Right.
So I was like, hey, listen, I said, I just want you to know, even though we are in this, but I want to let you know, when I say I want quality time, I want quality time from and with you. I don't care if you think that I had such and such over here and you know that he's here to provide that and that give that to me, but you got to realize that your intimacy, your quality time, and our connection is completely different than his.
Right.
And I say, when I want it and I need it from you, I want it and I need it from you. So no matter if he's over here, I could get it, but that does not eliminate the fact I still want it and need it from you.
Right.
Well, he immediately told me, I never thought that. And I said, I just wanted to make sure. Because I'm like, in me, I was like, I feel like you was moving in that way, thinking like, yeah, I could do these extra things by overbooking myself and booking these out of town conventions and gigs, and that you can sit there and do your thing because she got such and such over here, so she won't be missing out. She won't miss me too much. Hell no, that's not true.
Right.
So I'm missing you still. Yeah, I still misunderstood. Like,
Right, you my main boo. I need you.
listen, and even if they not even though he's my second partner, I still want you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Regardless. And I don't try to I don't try to like merge into the like, oh, you my main boo and you the boo. Like they know who they are at it.
They know their position.
So yeah, but I make sure that like, listen, give me that time because quality time is what I need. And even when it's time for sexy time, like, yo, we need our sexy time.
Mm-hmm.
Because the blood will be backed up. You don't want me backed up.
Right.
Seriously, and I'll be like too. And but both of them will be busy because one do his thing, the other one both do their thing. So I have to let them know, like, listen, I need my time. But I'm just glad that they understand when I speak and when I communicate and when I talk to them, they hear it. So I don't have to repeat myself. Because I've been in relationships, monogamous relationships, where I feel like I had to say the same thing over and over and over again. And still don't get no different results because it's like, oh, I hear you, I understand, I apologize. It was the same thing all the time, but there was no show of that they really heard me, that they was really sincerely apologetic, or that they was going to do something better or different.
Right. So let me ask you, I'm nosy. So, is it that you just have the two and they have no one else?
Yeah, so right now it's just I have the two. They have no one else, but they are allowed other partners. But of course, it's a process. I have to approve it, and the person have to meet me. I have to sit down, go out to lunch, dinner with her. I have to feel her energy. She have to feel mine. See, we vibe together because she's coming into a dynamic that was already set and built. Right. So knowing the fact that the energy, the alignment, the peace, the intimacy, the communication, all et cetera, is already aligned. We want to make sure that that person come on the same vibration that's already set.
Right.
So this person, I don't want nobody come disrupting. Because if so, you got to do.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Where's this community? You know, I'm looking. Where can I find this community?
Listen, my first partner, my first partner, I know him for 17 years, and we end up finally making it official. My second partner, I met him on Instagram, and we did a collaboration together. And not only that, but I also basically we ended up start talking. I basically stopped it. Then we ended up talking again because I couldn't get him out my system. And me being obedient, I was like, okay, God, I hear you.
Right.
I'm going to reach out and see what's up. And then now that I had a dream about him. And from that point, we just took off from there. And here we are. Voila.
Oh, so it's like destiny.
Yes. Yes. And the only thing he said to me, he was like, babe, this is very new to me. I never done this before. But he do have friends who are in the poly. That does practice poly and live it. So he was like, I just need for you to be patient with me. And I said, you know what? I could absolutely do that. Mm-hmm. I really could do that because they say, with patience come a golden reward. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the day, he was worth the patience because he constantly showed up, he showed out, and he was peak every day. Even to now, he's consistent. There's not since the time we started talking, even after the time I ended up breaking it off with him and came back, he has not shown anything different. I still wake up to a text. I still get texts throughout the day and phone calls, and I don't go to bed without a phone call or a text.
That's what's up. I like that. I like that.
And I love it because I love it because I learned a lot from both of them, but I definitely learned a lot from him in regards to when he speak, I listen because he teaches me stuff. And of course, I teach him stuff too, which he also expressed to me as well. And he understand with the fact that he know that what people will call aggressive He's very boisterous. You know, I have assertiveness to me. Well, that don't turn him off. That actually, he's attracted to that. But he also know that with the right name, with the right environment created, I could be submissive, which I am to him, to both of them. So
that's dope. I'm low key jealous, Q.
You know what?
Just so you know, I'm low key jealous, but I'm not tell you though. No.
Listen, I want you to have it. You know how when you in love, or you love and you in this bubble, you just want everybody to experience what you experience. I want everybody to experience. I want, especially women. I want women to get to the fact where you could be vulnerable, you could be free, and also be sexual. Because there's many women who are sexual with their partners, but they're not vulnerable. They're not comfortable to be vulnerable or free. And that to me is a dangerous thing, because that means that he haven't created that space, or she haven't created that space for you. So,
yep.
Listen,
I'm looking.
I am giving you the energy round.
Yes.
I'm giving you your wave round, because everyone is all for you. I receive it. And then I receive it. So listen, y'all, she looking, not for one, for two.
For sure.
Yeah, so tell us about the podcast. What's the name of the podcast? What the podcast entails?
So, we kind of came up with a podcast. I have a few other co-hosts. We were sitting around one day and we were having like a girl chat type of thing. And then we had a guy friend who was always like, I want to ask y'all women. I always want to ask a woman something, but I'm nervous. And we were like, nah, talk about it. So we were like, you know what? This is good. Like, we can really sit and have girl chat, but yet get questions from gentlemen. And we're, it's 3 women, and we can give our points of view. And then we can also get it from him. So we decided to come up with Under the Covers.
Oh.
So the reason why we came up with Under the Covers also is because I have the Bedtime Rendezvous, which is, yes, which is streaming on all platforms. But I do erotic fantasy stories. Since I'm talking fantasy and erotica, we were like, well, why don't we just put them together? So it's like, okay, we're doing this. I'm doing this Bedtime Rendezvous. It's audio, my voice, written by me. And then we're like, well, let's do Under the Covers. Like, you're asking, mostly the questions are sexual questions. So like giving you our opinion and our experiences. So we're giving you under our covers. Now we want to know what's under yours. You know what I mean?
Hey.
So it's like, okay, we got this. So
do you guys have guests on the show, or?
Yes, we do. We're trying to get it where we can do it. We're like a live setting almost, or kind of, but we haven't gotten there yet. But we're working it. But we have the audio, of course. They'll either, hey, this is the question, I want to be anonymous, or here, can I give you my voice, but just don't say it's me. Like, they're just scary, a little scary. But we've been putting their voices in it, and then, we'll sit and indulge in the conversation on it. But it's been really good. It's raw and uncut. So like, you think of BET uncut, we raw and uncut.
Yes, I love raw and uncut and candy. Yes.
So it's been pretty cool. I enjoy it a lot. And this is one of my favorite topics. Like, I mean, I could talk about love, okay, but the intimate part of it, the physical, that's my favorite thing to talk about.
So, listen, that's the same thing with me. I could talk about it. And you know what? And I love when, especially adults nowadays, could freely and openly talk about when it comes to sex and the physical intimacy of it, because I feel like so many of us, we learned, or we didn't grow up with having the open conversation. So it's like, as adults, it's like, oh, no, I don't want to talk about that. Oh, I don't talk about that. And I'm like, but this is something you do, right? How many kids you have? How many? Right. Now, so you could do it, but you can't talk about it. It's just kind of like crazy to me.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I just hope that with different platforms and different shows and different people that's creating open spaces for people to start to actually feel it free and willing and open to talk about it, because I feel like you should, because I feel like a lot of women is not getting the experience when it comes to sex. I just feel like a lot of women have never experienced an orgasm. I feel like a lot of women have not really had the best pleasure in bed, where it's like, oh, so, or it's not as good, or you got these pillow princesses out there just
You're right. And see, that's what made me do the fantasy stories. Like, I love fantasies. I love everything about a fantasy, but I love it more when you can make it reality. Okay. So, but I'm like, when you're in a relationship with a person, like, you should be able to be open to talk about your desires, your wants, right? And so even your fantasies, things that you may secretly think about. And so I kind of put myself in that type of situation, like, okay, I have a fantasy and this is it. And I'm sure somebody else has the same fantasy, or this was a fantasy that I've already fulfilled, but I'm sure somebody else has this fantasy. So I make them in short stories. So like now I'm also going to I'm going to give you a vivid like picture of this story. So when you're listening to it, I want you to relax. I want you to envision that that's you, that these things are being done to. I want you to think about, how you would feel if this thing, happened to you. But like not to like desire me, the person that's reading it, but your person, whoever it is that you fantasize about. I don't care if it's a celebrity crush and that's who you always think about, let that be the person that you desire. But be open to that. And then be open with your partner. Make it a something that you and your partner can listen to. Because the whole point of it, bedtime rendezvous, is to listen to something. I'll put you to sleep. And that's my slogan. Let me put you to sleep. I'll put you to sleep out of one way. Either one, the sound of my voice is going to be so soothing to you and so relaxing that now you want to go to sleep. Like, don't listen to the rainfall. Listen to Tam. Or you got, it's going to get you to a point where like you're that aroused that now you're going to do things of self-pleasure, right? So after you do that, what do you do afterwards? You go to sleep, right? Or you're going to roll over to your person or person, okay? And they're going to do something that's going to relax you even more. That's going to do what? Put you to sleep. So that is the point. Like, I want you to think about fantasies. Think about your fantasy. Think about the fantasy I'm telling you. And that may be a fantasy and you had it. Like, oh my gosh, I thought about that, but that sounds hella good.
Exactly.
I'm about to try that.
Exactly. Putting yourself as the character into what you are saying and reading. I love it. I'm definitely gonna be tuning in and listening, because I love stuff that just open up. And I'm so spontaneous, adventurous. I love new things. I try anything once to see if I like it. I'm not that person like, nah, I don't like it. Let me taste it. Let me try it. Let me do it. And then I'll tell you if I like it or not. If I do, I'm continue to do it. But
exactly. Because if that's I've been getting some good feedback. I mean, they've been telling me like I need to make them longer. It was like right when I get to that point, it's like the end. I'm like, whoa, when'd you get to what point? And I'm like, okay, so do what it's supposed to do. Okay, so exactly. Okay, I'm gonna lengthen it out a little bit for you. But and then I also do it if you're a writer and you have a story that you may want heard. Maybe you just love the sound of my voice and you want me to read your story. I also on my platform. Of course, 100% credit is yours. It's just my voice. And then now I put your stuff out there. So I do have a story on there that is written by a gentleman named Mr. Overton. Shout out Overton. And he wrote a story, Robber of the Pea. Amazing story. He just wanted me to read it. So I'm like, you know what? I can do that. And everybody's like, oh, that Robber of the Pea. I like that. That's a nice story. So I want to use my platform for that because, not too many people are comfortable doing it themselves. It's like, oh, you can say my name, but I don't know. I just don't want to be behind it. Yeah. And I was almost anonymous. I was like, I wasn't going to tell it was me because that's where Mistress Karmel comes from.
Gotcha.
I didn't, because for a lot of reasons. I didn't want people to desire me. That was one. And then two, I was afraid of the judgment because that's all I get. I was afraid what my friends would say. I was afraid what my family would say. And then I started thinking about it like, I need the credit for this. Like, not Karmel, Tam did this. Tam is reading this. And then I started getting more comfortable with it. Like, you know what? No, this is something that I've always wanted to do. This is something I love to do. So why am I hiding behind it from a fake name? Because again, to make someone else comfortable. I don't do that. So this is me. This is like, I use that where you found me on the TikTok. This was my getting out of my comfort zone, you know, so I've been putting myself out there. So I'm no longer, I mean, I'm still Mistress Karmel because, you know, you get in a different mood. But it's Tam, you know, it's truly Tam. And I feel like, you know, the world needs to know it's Tam.
Absolutely. Listen, they sure do. Listen, and you guys out there that do have any type of erotic stories you wrote, but you like, I'm not putting this out because I don't want my family, friends, church members, neighbors, or anybody else between to know that I got a mind like this. Listen, you got Tam here, and she would read it for you. You still would get the credit, and she would do amazing justice to it. So, listen, just tell the people where they could be able to reach out to you to, where they can follow you and support you at on the social media platforms.
Okay, there is the Gmail, which is bedtimerendezvous@gmail.com. I am working on the website, but I do have a website, which is www.bedtimerendezvous.com. But it's under construction. I'm kind of fixing it up a little. And there's also a line, 830-699-4886, and that is Bedtime Rendezvous. You can leave a voice message or you can text it. And then I'm on TikTok. I'm on, you know, pretty much every, you know, social media. Look up Bedtime Rendezvous, you'll find me.
Oh, listen, and now that all her information will be below down here in the description bar, so you guys can email her, go follow her, go like, follow, share, and comment on her posts, and also just listen to the rendezvous as well as the podcast, and just be amazing supporters, because as I always say, we don't support each other, who will?
Right.
So listen, it being so amazing, what part and tea would you want to give the PTWTT family to walk away with?
Man, I would say, do not allow anyone to say you can't do it and that you are not enough. You are more than enough. And whatever it is that you desire to do, whether it's like my situation, you want to be a writer, you want to be any type of entertainer, if you want a poly relationship, that part, don't let anyone tell you that what you want is something that you shouldn't and that you cannot. That you can do it. You are more than you are more. Just do it.
Exactly. You're more than welcome to do whatever you want to do. So just do it. And don't care what other people say, what other people think. Be unapologetically you, as I always say. And don't give a fuck what people have to say, because this is your life to live. And when it's time for your expiration date, they are not going to be sitting next beside you in the casket. Exactly. So remember, when you do go, you want to make sure you leave an imprint, and you leave an amazing memory, and that you also, when they walk up to you, they can say she lived her best motherfucking life and he lived his best motherfucking life at the end of the day. And as I always say, you know, that's my part of tea for you guys. You know, extend, as you know, I fell right in line with her and see how that alignment went. And listen, like I always say, like, just don't be the shade to no one's light, be the light to someone's shade. You don't know what someone could be going through, and just your smile could brighten up their day. And just saying hello and just telling somebody they are amazing, incredible, and you are proud of what they do, or just be proud and happy that they are here.
Yes.
Listen, you never know what that may change somebody's world, because you don't know. That could be somebody could be having in their mind that they want to no longer be here, and by you just doing and saying that could actually change their mind and decision that they want to continue to live. So as I always say, thank you guys for coming in and actually being in tune with this amazing another episode of Pillow Talk with the Tea. We will see you back here again at another date, same time, same place.
And thank you, Q. You are amazing. You are amazing. And I appreciate you sharing your platform and the conversation. Like, you are awesome. And I'm also sharing you. Okay?
I'm spreading the word. Yeah, I'm speaking. I'll tell you. Let the people know. Come over to the PTWTT. Like,
I got you. For sure.
and now listen, I appreciate you for just, accepting my invite and just me sliding in your message. Ain't know who the world I was, but
I'm sure. One
you might like, hold up, somebody from the podcast want me to be on it. I'm like,
no, I've been sweating all day. That's when I was like, oh my God, I'm nervous. What am I getting into? What am I going to do?
It was easy breezy, wasn't it? It was just two girlfriends having an amazing conversation and it just flowing, and we just have people that's gonna be watching and tuning in and just spitting their comments in the below box and just, giving us their thoughts and opinions. But I definitely appreciate you, and this is and just basically just trusting the faith and alignment when I came in and actually introduced myself and sent you the message. And it's now we connected, girl.
Yeah, for sure.
So thank you guys so much for tuning in again. I'll see you guys here next week.